House Oversight Hearing Committee today investigating the Hunter Biden scandal. The second IRS whistleblower revealed himself to the public for the first time.
Coming forward, I believe I'm risking my career, my reputation, and my casework outside of the investigation we are here to discuss. I've recently discovered that people are saying that I must be more credible because I'm a Democrat who happens to be married to a man. I'm no more credible than this man sitting next to me due to my sexual orientation or my political beliefs. The truth is, my credibility comes today from my job experience with the IRS. Although I do have my supporters, others have said that I am a traitor to the Democratic Party and that I am causing more division in our society.
No wonder why the Democrats did their very best to change the subject back to their favorite distraction, Donald Trump.
The real criminal and the actual threat to our democratic institutions is Donald Trump.
I would welcome also a hearing on the former president's history of tax evasion and how long it took to see his tax returns.
We are here today because Donald Trump is exerting an influence campaign in Congress when he is no longer president of the United States.
She actually thinks Americans are that stupid to disregard what they saw with their own eyes and heard with their own ears.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. The great and boss has spoken.
But in this case, it was the men behind the curtain, and they were articulate, credible, and steadfast. Now, after hearing him speak for hours, we all come to the obvious conclusion. Someone way up in DOJ, maybe the Assistant U.S. Attorney, Leslie Wolf, at the direction of the Attorney General himself, was protecting Hunter Biden.
United States Attorney Weiss told us that he was not the deciding person, that he had requested and was denied special authority after D.C. declined charges, and that if California declines, he will have to request special authorities again. I understood the gravity of those admissions.
Yeah, because if Hunter was treated like anyone else with the same set of damning facts, he'd be going to jail. He wouldn't be on probation. And that, of course, would hurt President Biden politically. So, oh yes, we learned a lot today. Despite Democrats' really anemic attempts to distract us, we got some clarity on the key question that I've been asking for months. How did the Biden family get so rich?
Approximate total transfers from the Romania company would have been $3.1 million to everyone.
How much did Hunter Biden and his business associates receive from State Energy HK Limited through the Robinson Walker LLC?
$3 million. The total transfers from Hudson West 3 to everyone was $3.7 million. Burisma paid to everyone involved $6.5 million.
Burisma also paid Blue Star Strategies and a law firm hundreds of thousands of dollars, bringing the total Burisma payments to over $7 million. Is that correct?
That is correct, $7.3 million.
Between 2014 and 2019, this brings the total amount of foreign income streams received to approximately $17 million, correct?
That is correct.
$17 million. Man, and I thought Hunter Biden was just an expert in doing 8 balls of coke off the stomachs of prostitutes. He must be really smart to be paid $17 million by all these foreign businesses while Daddy was in office. Now, look, anyone who claims to be a political reporter in this town in Washington who didn't watch this hearing or didn't report on it, and I mean really report on it, should turn in his or her press credentials. Same for anyone who claims to care about democracy, but aren't bothered at all by the fact that the Bidens put our government up for sale. A bunch of journalistic frauds.
The Justice Department allowed the president's political appointees to weigh in on whether to charge the president's son. I watched United States Attorney Weiss tell a room full of senior FBI and IRS senior leaders that he was not the deciding person on whether charges were filed.
The entire day, Mr. Shapley and Ziegler laid out all the disturbing facts.
As the special agent on this case, I thought the felony charges were well supported. In early August of 2022, federal prosecutors from the Department of Justice Tax Division drafted a 99-page memorandum. They were recommending for approval felony and misdemeanor charges. That did not happen here, and I am not sure why.
Well, we all know why. To protect the president. It's as clear as day that someone higher up in the DOJ stepped in for the Biden assist, and that the U.S. Attorney in Delaware did not have the final say in this matter. Now, the few times that the Democrats tried to lay a glove on the whistleblowers ended in epic fails. Like when one goofy congressman tried to dismiss the question of political timing, but couldn't even get his exhibits right.
You said at page 23, and I remember there were always times where we were always on an impending election cycle.
I don't see where you referenced it in my, for me to
Page
follow
23.
along.
You're talking about how the election cycle is delaying decisions.
I'm sorry, sir. That's in Special Agent Ziegler's transcript. That's why I couldn't find it.
Whoops, let's try that again.
Mr. Ziegler and you shared concerns about delays related to the election cycle, but at that time, Joe Biden was not the president.
I believe at that time he was the nominee for president.
So I'm confused by your line of questioning. We're talking about an election to which now President Biden was a part of. So he didn't have to be the president to have election meddling.
No, but the question is this. Was he the president at that time in April 2020?
It's been asked and answered.
Answer is yes or no?
Is no.
Thank you. Thank you. I yield back.
Mr. Chairman, may I finish?
Please, you may answer the question.
So, it's clear that he was not the president, but an election is for the purpose of electing a president. And Joe Biden at the time was a nominee.
This is just embarrassing. It was another liberal swing and a miss, and the left-wing whiffs kept coming.
It seems to me that a lot of your testimony has been about the problem of prosecutorial discretion and the traditional tug of war between investigators and prosecutors who are more attuned to the rigors of the courtroom.
It wasn't just investigators that agreed with these charges. In Exhibit 2 in my testimony, it clearly shows a prosecution recommendation report where it says right in the document that the Assistant United States Attorneys and Department of Justice Tax Division agreed with those recommended charges.
Can I buy a vowel? Well, look, what the Bidens have done here, what the DOJ did to save the president's son, it's just more evidence of how little any of them care about America, the rule of law, or frankly, our international reputation. Because now every foreign country, every foreign ambassador, everyone knows that the U.S. government is up for sale, except maybe the Americans who rely on the regime media to tell them the truth. Because the other networks didn't even cover this hearing, passing mention. It's not important, because for them, the only thing that matters is preventing Trump or anyone like him from ever being elected again.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.